The first section of Nehemiah chapter 12 records the priests and Levites from the time of Zerubbabel all the way up to Nehemiah. So this was about 538 BC to 535 BC over the course of 3 years. And the aim of this first section that I'm talking about is to show that the Levitical service continued throughout a very difficult time. So from the very beginning of this chapter, in verse 1, it starts by listing the names of the priests and the Levites who returned with Zerubbabel and Jeshua during the first wave of exiles. This also included those who served during Nehemiah's time. The second half of chapter 12 talks about the dedication of the wall after it had finished being built. It describes the Levites' roles at the dedication ceremony, and it says the two great choirs precede the leaders in two companies on the wall, the north and the south. And these two great choirs met at the temple to offer sacrifices and celebrate with music and rejoicing. The people gave thanks to God with singing, instruments, and offerings. Then the leaders of the people appointed officials to oversee the temple contributions and to ensure that the priests and the Levites received their portions of the tithes. Nehemiah chapter 13 talks about Nehemiah's final reforms over Jerusalem. It says that they read from the book of the law of Moses that no Ammonite or Moabite should ever enter the assembly of God. That's in verse 1. Verse 2 says, "For they did not meet the people of Israel with bread and water, but hired Balaam against them to curse them. Yet our God turned the curse into a blessing." And Nehemiah had actually left Jerusalem for a little bit, and when he came back, he found out that Eliashib the priest had allowed Tobiah, who was an Ammonite, to live in a temple room. And so Nehemiah kicked him out, and he cleansed the room, and he restored it to its proper use. Nehemiah also found out that the Levites had not been receiving their portions from the tithes and contributions, which caused them to leave their duties or abandon their duties. And it says that he reestablished the proper distribution of tithes, and additionally, he confronted the people working for and trading on the Sabbath. Nehemiah also confronted the people who were working and trading on the Sabbath day, and it says that he took strong action to make sure that people observed the Sabbath day. Also, while Nehemiah was gone, it says that the people had began to intermarry with foreign women, and this had led even some of the priestly families astray, away from God. And so he rebuked and purified them to preserve Israel's identity as God's chosen people.